So the first thing that you need to do for the project is take the picture that you took of the staff member, bring it into Photoshop, and you need to edit it. So you can see here, I've opened up my picture initially. I've got the background layer here, it's locked. I'm gonna go ahead and just click and drag this down and create a copy of it, and then I'm going to turn off that first background layer. I always just like to have the original copy of the picture in there just in case I need to go back to it. On this one right here, we are going to go ahead and crop this down because I know for the cover I'm putting it into, I don't need all that background in there. Go ahead and crop it to there, hit enter. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and I need to get rid of that background. If you click over here and hover, you'll see the object selection tool. This is the quickest and easiest way to get rid of background in an image. You can see here I've got my marching ants on my subject. If I just hover over here, you can see what's highlighted in the area. If I need to add to my selection, I can go up here, click, and then I can go ahead and add if I need to, or if I need to take things out of my selection, I can do it that way. Once you're satisfied with what you got, you're going to go ahead up here to select inverse. Make sure you're still on your layer here and then hit delete, and that'll get rid of the background for you. I'm going to go ahead and hit Command D to get rid of my marching ants. I'm on my Mac. Okay, now that we've gone in, we've used the object selection tool to help us remove the background. We want to go in and start manipulating our image so that it looks like it actually belongs in the comic book cover that you're going to insert it into. Some of the comic book covers have that kind of 1950s pixelated halftone look going. Some of them don't. So it just kind of depends on what yours looks like. I'll show you a couple different filters you can use to kind of work it or edit your image so that it fits better. But again, play around with the filters and see what you like best. You will find a lot of tutorials online about how to edit pictures so that they look like they belong in a comic book. Some are really long, some are really short. You can try those if you'd like to, or you can just kind of play with the filter gallery here and use what I'm going to show you and do it that way. So you'll see over here, we've got our background image. What I have done is I have right clicked and I've gone and I've turned it into a smart object. Okay, you want to make sure you have this little tag here in the bottom right corner of your image. So the first one that I'm going to work with is I'm going to go up here to filter, go down to stylize, and I'm going to find oil paint. And you'll notice here on the sliders, you can play with the customization of the brush. All right, so once you like what you see, you're going to go ahead and hit OK. And you'll start to notice that it has kind of an oil painting look to it. The next thing I'm going to mess with here is go up to filter and then go down to filter gallery. And I want to go ahead and find my poster edges. So you'll notice here how we get kind of that comic book look. Again, if you play with your edge thickness over here, intensity, you can kind of adjust how it looks. So like what you've got, go ahead and hit OK. So there's our image. We're kind of turning it to more of a comic book effect. You can also go in over here to image and play with your levels, adjust your levels for your image. So right there, I want to play with this and lighten up that shadowy area so it's not quite so dark. I can move these around. And remember, you're trying to kind of match the feel that's in the comic book cover. All right, so those are kind of some of the basic adjustments I want to do for this. The other thing that I will show you is the color halftone for those of you that are going to use that. If you go up under filter and then, pixelate, go over to color halftone. The radius, you can play with that if you want to. These are your color channels, but this will give you that kind of pixelated look to your image. So let's go ahead and hit OK. And you can kind of see what it did there. Now, for my purposes and what I need it for, I don't need the color halftone for this one, so I'm going to go ahead and hit undo, and I'm just going to work with what I have here. Once you get done with your image, go ahead and hit save. I would save the Photoshop file so you can go back in and edit it if you need to, but then also export it as a PNG. Remember, you need a PNG so that the background is transparent. Right, so now we need to take that image that we've been working on and bring it into the cover. What we're going to do is open up the Photoshop file of the cover, and you're going to notice over here we've got our background layer. I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of that just so that I have the original copy there. And then I'm going to take this and unlock this layer so that I can work with it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in our photo that we have been working on. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this. This is a Photoshop file. You can place Photoshop files into Photoshop, that's fine. If it's a JPEG, you can put the JPEG in. It doesn't really matter. You'll see right here that it brought in my picture, and I'm going to go ahead and just resize this so that it's approximately the same size as what the original is. Now, sometimes it's hard to see the original, so if you go ahead and lower the opacity on your file, you can then kind of zoom in here and see what you're working with. So I'm really looking at the mouth area here because I want to make sure those line up as much as possible. So obviously I'm going to need to be bringing that down, sizing a little bit this way. I think I've got it pretty much set where I want it. I'm going to go ahead and just hit enter, make sure we're good to go. Place the image there. We're going to go ahead and bring this image back up to full opacity. Now with this cover, we want part of the skeleton to show on top of the image we place. So we're going to go ahead and move this up. Okay. You'll see right now it's covering that entire picture we just imported. Using your mask is what you're going to do next. Put a mask on this. I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's highlighted and then invert mask. And you'll notice all of a sudden everything disappears. We just kind of want to quote unquote paint it back in. So we're going to do what we did our multiplicity project, and notice I'm on the white is my forefront color. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up quite a bit so I cover more area at once. And I'm going to go ahead and paint this back in just like here. Go ahead and start painting over where I know I want the skull to show, over that half of the face, and I know it's going to come down here a little bit. Over on the mouth here, go ahead and start painting this in because we want the teeth to be coming over somewhat. Now, once you're all said and done, you're going to save this as a Photoshop file. Again, in case you ever need to go back in and edit it, we've got that option. You'll it as a TIFF so that we can print it in CMYK for the printer here. My final, I've got two options here that I did prior to today. I'll either have something like this where you can see where I brought the teeth of the skeleton all the way over, looks kind of freaky, or I've got this version here where I stop the teeth right there, which is similar to the original. But either way we go, that's kind of how you do all that.